Hi guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. As you see, we're on YouTube now. Um, Today's guest is Amna Bee in Melbourne. I'll just get to her in a sec because before I start, I have to mention our sponsor, which is no one. Yes, no one. If you've got nothing you need no one doing, just ring no one and they'll send nobody around to do nothing for you. You can find no one on Facebook, in the Yellow Pages, or on Tinder. In fact, for over a year now, I've kept no one in my bed at night. Why do I choose no one? Because I know I can depend on no one. Okay, Amna, welcome. How you going?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm bored, man. Bored as.
Yeah, that was a bit of a trap I walked right into.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
are you
yeah,
doing? I'm bored.
yeah, yeah. How's your morale?
What's with your how's my morale? Look, it's up and down.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's like, oh, it's such a good opportunity to just do the things that you love. And the other times I'm like, I have no excuse not to do the things I love. So yeah, it's a bit of a catch-22. Actually have to get your act together in some ways and
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. We just found out this morning on the news that we're under 90 days lockdown, 3 months.
No, that's New South Wales.
Yeah,
Okay, so Victoria, I think it's a bit different from New South Wales, but it's going to get there very soon.
uh,
Yeah, they're ramping up. Yeah, we're at stage three. Are you guys at stage three or stage four?
I don't know. I just listened to the first story and panicked for the rest of the day.
Okay. Sounds like it might be stage four,
Yeah,
maybe, like how New Zealand's gone.
yeah, it's pretty serious. But
Mm.
you live with housemates,
Yes, they're my family for this pandemic, so that should be great.
so
Yeah.
you at least you got each other to keep busy.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, not really. I mean, we tend to just ignore each other.
Oh, imagine if you got out of jail today in New South Wales and then
Mm.
straight into 90 days lockdown. That would suck.
I know.
How bad would that suck?
Yeah, yeah, you'd probably want to go back to jail because
Yeah,
then you'd have toilet paper.
that's it. You don't have to go shopping. It all gets supplied. Um,
Yes.
Now, where are you from originally?
I was born and raised in Pakistan.
Pakistan. Ah,
Yeah, yeah. Then I lived a long time in Canada, so
I was gonna say you
that's
sound
my accent.
Canadian to
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I've been in Australia for 5 years.
All right. And keeping in touch
Yeah.
with your family during this?
I made a call just
Ah,
to make sure that yeah, yeah, they're fine. They're just hunkering down. Like Pakistan's very strict, like they're telling people not to go out. So yeah, they're following the rules.
no. Um,
Yeah.
when did you first get into comedy?
I got into comedy like a year and a half ago. I was in Alice Springs.
Alice
I
Springs.
just moved to Alice Springs in the Northern Territory. Yeah, and I was renting a room in this guy's place. So my housemate at the time, Simon Cheers, he was a stand-up comedian in Alice Springs. So they have a bit of a comedy scene in Alice. Red Center Comedy.
All right.
It's, yeah, so they have an open mic once a month, and we used to just banter around the house. And he was like, hey, why don't you try stand-up comedy? And I thought, okay, I mean, this is as easy as it would get in terms of like a good community to do comedy in front of.
Yeah.
It's a supportive community, and they're really into arts and they're quite receptive. So I thought, why not? That's how I got into it.
I haven't
I've
actually
never
seen
looked.
you yet. Are you on YouTube or anything anywhere?
Look, I've done like I did Adelaide Fringe last year with like my ensemble from Alice Springs.
Yeah.
And I haven't really done any other shows other than that, but I've just been doing open mics mostly. And then when I was in Bellingen, I did the open mic there. So I haven't been very good at making videos and putting myself out there, but I
Yeah.
hope to do. And now that I'm in self-isolation, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of hard because there's you sort of you feed off the audience, and yet
Oh,
you
absolutely.
miss that
Yeah.
laughter, eh?
I know, but it gives me time to think about like the things I want to do.
Yeah.
So I do them.
Oh,
Um,
imagine, I reckon it's going to be a good summer. Everybody will come out, they're fit, they're healthy, they're great cooks, they're great artists, they've read every book they wanted to,
yes.
they're finished all their TAFE courses, the lot, you know. Everyone's going to be buff.
That's the portion. Not everybody. And there's gonna be people that are like eating their isolation, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, this sucks. I'm just gonna eat and drink. So some people are gonna go into AA meetings, and then some
Yes.
of us are gonna be like really buff.
Yeah.
Which one do you think you're gonna be? Like, are you?
AA meeting.
Yeah.
Absolutely. AA meeting.
That's a
Yep.
lot of that's a lot of people. Especially comedians are like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna. It's just boring without doing comedy, isn't it?
Well, I thought about sort of getting into this routine. I've got this exercise equipment here, and I was thinking, do I go the the Will Smith way and get into that routine where you exercise in the morning, go for a run with the dog, kill some zombies, come back home and lock up, that sort of thing. But
Is he doing that?
body says no.
But he says, oh, you gotta respect your body, right?
Oh yeah, it's running the show. So when did you move to Melbourne?
When I first moved to Australia, I was in Melbourne for a couple of years. So, and I just moved back to Melbourne in like January, December, January.
All right.
Yeah, I've just moved back. Mm.
Ah, um, have you been to Melbourne Comedy Festival before?
No, and this I was gonna go this time.
Ah, it is.
Actually, I did. Yeah,
It's.
I did go 1 year, but I just caught a couple of shows. Nothing I didn't really
I
explore
think
too
the
much.
whole
But
month is amazing. Just so many
is
people out in
it?
the streets, just walk around. You can see your favorite comedian walking up the street, and there's hundreds and hundreds of them. They're everywhere, just for a whole month. And last year was fantastic. The weather was great. It's just amazing. I loved it. I loved it.
Um, were you gonna come this time for the International Melbourne Festival?
I was hoping to that like I entered Deadly Funny, but I don't think I made it. But I kind of try to find an excuse to get there anyway, like be somebody's runner or
Yeah,
something like that,
yeah,
just for
yeah,
a
yeah,
couple of
yeah,
days.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
I love it. It's good, good vibe. The
well. There's gonna be,
whole
yeah.
city's in a good mood, you know.
I think people are really looking forward to it. I just find it astounding just how many acts there are in that festival book. I'm like, how do you even pick who to see?
Yeah,
If you don't know the acts, right? Like I don't know a lot of the Australian comedians still, because I've only just been doing stand-up comedy for like over a year. So I don't really know too much about the different awesome comedians that Australia has. So how do you even pick who to go to? So it's just the competition's crazy.
yeah,
It's like how do you pick the
that's
one?
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. A lot of people out of work right now. Um, my employment agency shut down yesterday.
Well, that's not a bad thing. No, you don't have to go see them.
Yeah, well, that's why they shut down. But now the people working for the employment agency are unemployed.
Or unemployed. Yeah. Did they apply? Did they put their application?
Well, they only got stood down yesterday. They literally, my caseworker rang me. She
Yeah.
said, "Oh, guess what? We just found out we're getting stood down this afternoon."
Oh, man.
So
Oh,
they haven't even applied for Centrelink or nothing yet. So
I
they won't
know.
get
Now they have
another
to
pay
them.
until May.
Yeah, maybe now they'll understand how shit it is.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
they,
yeah.
yeah. They have to register their expression of interest for, yeah, I'm expressing my great interest in the fact that, yes, I've been screwed over by this fucking pandemic. Just getting fucking payment. Like, how do you call it? Like lodging your expression of interest. It's
Yeah.
what? Come up with a better term? Yeah, I'm very interested in not starving. Thank you. I'm very interested in that. Give me the
That's a good
definition.
expression. Maybe
Yeah.
did you have to go to the Centrelink office because maybe
No,
you
no,
could.
I was in the system. I actually my payments just kicked in. The job seeker payment just
All right.
kicked in. maybe a month before all of this happened. So I was like, just in time. But they're screwing me over in some other ways. I have to call them. But I called them at 8:35 this morning. Their lines open at 8:30. They're like, yeah, we're too busy. Call back later. I'm like,
Yeah.
when am I supposed to call you?
Yeah, I
So
tried
I'm
to
like,
get online to them at 2 a.m. the other night and couldn't.
are
Just,
they open? No.
no, even online. It was just so full.
Even online.
Yeah, yeah, just
Yeah.
couldn't get online at 2 a.m.
Yeah, that's insane, isn't it? Yeah, it's just like not built to handle disasters.
Yeah, well, in this town where I am now, you sort of around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's not that easy to get online because that's when the kids finish school. They all pull out the phones and
Mm,
jump on Facebook and everything like that.
mm.
So now everyone's online all the time because that's the only way we
Yeah.
can communicate now.
Yeah, so I think yeah, internet is definitely getting slower, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I've noticed like a reduced speed as well. Everyone's online. That's all you have to do. Like there's nothing else to do.
So do you have a regular job or did you have a regular job?
The last time I had a regular job was in Alice Springs, and then I wanted to explore Australia, so I quit my job and I drove all the way from Alice Springs to Bellingen, like
All right.
stopping along. Yeah, and then I was just house sitting, and I was then studying to become an interpreter, and then I passed my exam. So now I'm an interpreter now. So it's not a regular job. It's whenever I can get an assignment. So it's a casual thing, and I was like, oh, it was gonna take off at some point, but now this COVID thing, it's like, like I think all the plans are just up in the air. So I applied to Telstra as their call center work.
Yeah.
Let's see if that comes through. Yeah. No, I don't have a regular job. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
So what else are you doing to keep busy?
These days, I mean, I've always been into exercising, so I'm not one of those people that have just taken up running as their new thing. Just too many people running these days now.
All right.
It's the thing to do. Yeah. So I bought a few books. So I still write comedy. I love writing. So I'm just doing that a little bit every day, and then I'm studying to be a translator. So I try
Awesome.
to do translation exercises, cooking, just catching up with friends, yoga, meditation, that sort of thing. Yeah. And
No.
I'm moving my share house. I'm just kind of busy with that as well. Yeah.
All right. So plenty to keep busy.
And I get some assignments now and then. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There is. And look, it's a choice. Like I can stay busy if I want to, or I can just be like, no,
Oh,
nothing.
I
Up
can't
to
do
you.
that.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I've got to pull a video game out or something. I can't just.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you can't just veg out in front of the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
TV and just consume. You have to be doing something, putting something out there.
Do you have a
Yeah.
video game? Do you have a favorite game yet?
Look, look, I when I was like I guess a teenager, I was quite into video games, so I'm a massive geek on the inside, and maybe on the outside too. But these days, like the only online game I play is Scrabble.
Scrabble.
Yeah.
I've I actually I sold my PS3 just last year because I never use it.
Just-
A
oh
heap of
no.
games, a big massive collection of
Yeah.
all superhero
Oh,
games. Sold a lot,
yeah.
and all I've got now is remember I think last year or the year before the little retro Nintendo came out,
Hmm.
and it's got like
Yeah.
200
Yeah.
games on it.
Okay.
So I'm back to
So
Mario. I'm
Mario, that's a classic game.
Yeah, except on this version it doesn't save where you were up to.
Oh
You got to go
no.
back to the start every single game, every
Oh,
game.
that's not much of an incentive. Oh, that kind of sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah. I used to love playing Pac-Man, as silly as that sounds, but I loved Pac-Man.
yeah, it's got
Like I
Pac-Man on
still
it
I
too.
still I still remember the way the Pac-Man's supposed to go. It's like burned in my brain. It's just automatic like zombie. I'm like, no, I know where it's meant to go.
Miss Pac-Man.
That came later. I was like, oh, I don't know. Was that gender equality stuff that they were doing? They're
I
like, oh,
guess.
But then maybe for 80s, right? It's like, oh, you have Pac-Man with like a ping bow, and then they're like, see, we cater to both men and women. But now it's like, go back to Pac-Man because that's gender neutral. Just like,
Pack
because even
person.
having the ping bow is not like offensive now, right?
I was surprised they haven't brought a
Pac,
pack person out.
non-binary, no, non-binary. I don't know. Yeah, pack person. Yes.
Um, so what are your plans? What are you hoping to establish over the next few weeks or months?
I'm just gonna move into my new residence, and depending on how, if we get to stage four, I think if we get to stage four, basically you're just locked inside your house. Like,
Yeah,
at least right now, I can still go out without getting too much of a stink eye. I mean, obviously, I'm keeping to myself or with one other friend or something that I can meet for a walk or something. But I think stage four, even that's done. But yeah, that's a good question. I don't know if I have any concrete plans, but I think I would just like to just keep writing more comedy and find online ways of like we're investigating. There's like an online television thing, Ozflix, and they want to make April their comedy month. So maybe you could look into that. So a bunch of us comedians are thinking maybe we'll just do like our bits from our home and then put together a show.
yeah,
But instead of pretending we're in front of an audience, we just be like, nope, we're at home in our room. There's nothing else to do, so we're just going to talk to you. Just keep it real.
yeah.
First, I thought like, we could do like a laugh track when we're like, because I did a skit for, well, I did a set for my housemates the other day. I would need a laugh track. People would be laughing. My three housemates would be laughing at my jokes as I'm doing live comedy. They didn't laugh at all. Um, so I was like, yeah, that's
Yeah, I was thinking of that too, the laugh
that's
track.
pretty. I know you have to do it because even like just because you have few people living with you, there's no guarantee they will laugh at your jokes.
Well, I was thinking of even
And it
taking.
was really me doing a set. I'm just doing a set, and I'm like, it doesn't work. You have to talk about what's happening now in the world for it to be relevant. You can't just pick a set from like a couple of months ago. It doesn't work anymore. People are in a different state of mind.
Yeah,
They don't want to hear about like regular jokes anymore. They just want to hear about what's happening now.
yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
think it's an extra challenge. If you want to be funny right now, like you have to just think differently. You know that people are not going to laugh at things that they were laughing at before. They want to laugh about things that are happening now. It needs to be, and there's so many amazing jokes and memes out there already. So just even
Yes,
regular people are just come up with. So I'm like, oh, that's a really good line. Damn, I wish I thought that.
I wish I could write music so that I could write a song called "Please No More Virus Songs."
You could. Why don't you do that?
And I can't write music.
We'll find a collaborator and work
Yeah,
with you.
yeah.
Bellinger is.
Are you planning any new hobbies to pick up?
Um, I'm gonna learn how to make sushi at home.
Sushi at home.
Yeah, I've never attempted that. I think I'm just gonna make sushi at home. That's one thing. I was thinking of making maybe taking up knitting, but I don't think that's gonna happen. It's don't think that's gonna happen. Maybe learn more about plants. The new share house I'm moving into, they grow their vegetables, so maybe learn about plants. Um, that's about it. I don't think I'm gonna do anything else. What about yourself?
Um, I was. I'm tossing up still. I don't know whether to learn how to cook better, or if it's,
Hmm.
or if I should learn how to throw an axe with pinpoint accuracy.
Why not both?
Or both, because it depends on how the future goes. We could still go Mad Max yet, and the
Okay.
axe throwing could come in handy. Oh, both. Yeah, I could
Yeah.
I could pin a cucumber to a tree and throw the axe at it.
Yeah, it's like efficient slicing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or that video
Even more.
game, Sushi Chef video game.
Yeah, make a real life video game. Yeah.
um, do you who else do you follow online to keep yourself busy?
Um, well, on Instagram, like I have, you know that writer Elizabeth Gilbert?
Okay, no, I don't, but I'll look her up.
No, no, you don't have to. That's not funny.
Okay, it was
She's
your
quite,
thing.
I would say she has a predominantly female audience. She wrote that book that got slammed by some people, but really well written. And there was a movie on it too. I don't know if you've heard of it, Eat, Pray, Love.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it.
Yes. So she's the author of that, but she seems like a pretty genuine, great person, and she's quite inspiring. And then there's some, I guess, some Zen people just keep you calm. You're like, oh, and then you read them. I'm like, oh no, that's good. And then I guess just a few fellow comedians. Some of them are pretty funny. So just follow them. And then my friends. Yeah. What about yourself? Are you following anybody important? I'm not following any of the or the health Ministry of Health, but maybe I should do that.
There's a fella called Mark. Is it Mark Reddit? Mark or something like that. But he does music like he does some crazy mad music, and he's
Mm.
been pretty much locked in his apartment with all his synthesizers and equipment. And so he does comedy music sort of thing out of it.
Oh yeah.
And yeah,
What's
he
his name?
cracks me up. Every day I got to watch one of his. Mark Reddit, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Very funny young fella. Very, very funny.
Where's he
Uh,
from?
America. He's in America.
America? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Um, uh, Joe Rogan. Only because it goes for
Yeah.
like 4 hours.
I look, I've seen a little bit of Joe Rogan, but I haven't really, I don't know a lot of his stuff.
Well,
What's his like, what's he's very, I know he's very popular. What makes him so popular?
I think because he's been going for years, and he just has the such a vast uh, array of different guests. He has guests on that people he doesn't even like, you
Hmm.
know, um, and just to have a chat and pretty much even argue the point, but and
Yeah.
then somehow come to like an agreement. They still leave the studio as friends, and it
He's
shows
very
that.
diplomatic.
Sorry.
He's diplomatic, you would
Yeah,
say?
yeah, he's very diplomatic. He's been doing it a long time.
Mm.
But he's also very clever for an MMA boxer sort of fella. Very, very clever.
Mm.
I like him. And because it goes so long, I can just leave it on while I'm walking around the house. I don't necessarily sit there and watch it. And especially
Yeah.
when he's got like somebody that I'm a big fan of, like Tommy Chong or something like that. I'll sit there and watch that all day.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, I think I've seen. I think I've seen all of YouTube, and I was not
You've
impressed.
seen all of it? No. Okay. You've explored, yeah. That's a big task. How long did that take you?
uh, Years.
Yeah.
I don't think you can. I think that they upload like a lifetime worth every minute. You could. There's no way that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well. But it's something to do. It's just something to do.
I think it's a bit of a like I just know how you just get sucked into YouTube, like one video follows the other, one video follows the other.
Yeah.
And when that's happening, I'm like, whoa, do I want to go there or do I want to like
Yeah.
step out of it and read a book or something?
And
But it's
especially if you fall asleep while your phone's on YouTube, and you wake up like you started watching a fishing video, and you wake up in the middle of the night, and oh, my phone's still on, and it's fucking ISIS videos or something like that, and you're like, what? How did we get there? How did we get there?
just yeah, that's like gold information you're getting right in the middle of the night. You're like, ah,
And somewhere there's an FBI
I know.
agent or something sitting there going, why is he looking at that? Well, he wasn't looking at that. He was asleep.
Yeah, but they don't know that,
No,
so
that's right.
love the story. Yeah, don't leave it on.
So what are your plans for the rest of the day?
I don't know. I'm gonna try calling Sanic again. Sorry, I just don't really have any exciting plans. I think maybe I'll just do some more packing. Like what is this time, right? Like I wish I could say I'm gonna like write a song or like oh
That's it.
I have this like script to like finish off. I'm not gonna pretend like I have like great projects happening. maybe take a nap or something. I'm not sure. Maybe just
Well,
chat with a few people that I haven't connected with in a long time. Yeah, I don't know.
well, you've got a long
Just
time.
because you're in Melbourne, like that's the thing. This is the great equalizer. Everybody is just in their homes, no matter what part of the world you're in. There's nothing special about being anywhere, except I guess, some parts of the world are.
Yeah,
There's running water in our houses and everything, right?
that's
But
it.
no, no, everyone's doing jack shit all over the world right now. Like that's,
My house,
I'm up here.
I'm what's the word? Pacing myself with the housework.
Oh yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
want to get the house spotless in the first
No,
day, because then I'll
no.
have nothing to do the second day.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
like
That's what
yesterday, I
that's what
did the
I've been
dishes.
doing. Yeah. Well, you don't do them every day.
Tomorrow, I might make the bed.
Yeah, and that's what you do. Like my husband was like, "Oh, I'm going to the shop. Do you want me to get you anything?" I'm like, "No, that is my only source of entertainment.
Yeah,
You don't get anything for me. Never get anything for me anymore. That's the only way I go out.
that's it.
It's like, do you hate me or something? Why do you want to get me anything from the fucking shop? I'll go when I want to go." One thing I did was when we first had the toilet roll shortage, I'm sorry, but I did panic. And it was all out of it, right? Like there was no toilet rolls anywhere, and I panicked and I ordered some very expensive toilet paper off eBay.
Oh,
But now toilet paper is back in the supermarket now, and I have very expensive toilet paper with me. Another thing I did was I went to an Indian grocery store and I stockpiled on dried lentils.
all right.
And yeah, I don't want to cook them. It take hours. I'm just I've screwed myself over big time because you can get takeaway. I'm like, yeah, I'd rather do that. And just have all these dried lentils sitting in my pantry.
Oh, if anybody,
Mm.
if they do go Mad Max, just throw the lentils at them. Have the lentils.
Yeah, there has to be a creative way of using them. Did you hear that there's been more applications to get firearms? There's been a rise in applications to get firearms.
Wow, no.
Yeah, and the government's like, yeah, no, I don't think we're gonna approve. It's
Yeah.
just it's the recreational use that I think Australia still allows that, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think you're gonna use it for fun. What are you shooting?
Especially in
Inside
lockdown.
your house? Yeah, inside your house.
Yeah.
Who is inside your house? Who are you gonna be shooting at? Uh, but yeah, it's a bit concerning, and I think I'm a bit concerned about people's mental health as well. Like I think a lot of people are. It's like with all these restrictions and I think this kind of situation gives rise to like a lot of domestic violence.
No,
And then on top of that, you don't have much of a social life anymore. So yeah, quite concerned about that.
that's it.
Um,
I always like promote that if there's an argument that's getting out of hand, that someone can walk away. You can walk away, but now you
yeah,
can't. You're stuck
no.
there.
Yeah, you're even more terrified. Now you have
Walk
coronavirus
away.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can't because you'll be sent right back in.
I always
Unfortunately.
found the hardest relationship I ever had was in a flat. Like we lived
Yeah,
in a
well,
flat, and you're stuck in this little box all the time. There's no
yeah.
shed to walk to. There's nothing there.
No, yeah. I mean that tests a good relationship at its best, and then if it's
Yeah.
a shaky one, then it's just
Anyway, it'll all come good. It'll all be good. We'll all survive. We'll be great artists.
we
I'm
will be great artists. We'll be buff, great artists.
buff, great artists.
Yeah.
Uh, really good cooks of fried lentils.
Oh yeah, fried lentils.
I,
Lentils, lots of lentils.
I'm just. Do you follow NRL at all? The football here in New South Wales?
I don't know.
They have to start because they have to get back on because the way they finished up now, that Parramatta is on the top of the ladder. And
Is that abnormal?
yes, it's abnormal. It's abnormal they're in the top 10.
Really? Okay. Well, they must be pretty happy in Parramatta.
Who cares what they're doing in Parramatta?
Oh, how are you enjoying Belgian comedy? I want to talk to you about that.
I love it. They're great.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the best audience. They are the best audience.
They're very receptive, aren't they?
I like they're very loving too. They
Mm,
like I know that if you do the Brisbane the sit down comedy club circuit, that they have hard rooms and easy rooms. And I reckon
mm.
Belgium's the easiest room. It's just they're just so loving, very very happy people. You know, and they
Should go. That's also one of the easiest audiences you'll ever have.
yeah, I mean they come to the free open mic night with their cash out to pay. And we
Yeah, that's
literally telling them,
yeah.
no, it's free, man. Put your money away. Yeah.
That's very true. Yeah, they're like, oh, where do I give the 20? I'm like, to me, I'll take it.
And also then Lucas asked me to do that little workshop over there too.
Oh yeah, how did that go?
It was great. It was brilliant. I loved it. They were all
Yeah,
good. They
yeah,
all
and that stable space is so nice. Yeah,
yeah, they oh the little stables is beautiful. It's quite funny
yeah,
that
yeah.
it's a horse stable. If you're sitting in there, you wouldn't believe it's a horse stable, but when I tell people, oh yeah, I done a workshop in a horse stable.
And it used to be the old youth center.
All right.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah. Yeah, Belgium. So when did you move to? Are you in Kempsey? Is that where
Yeah,
you
I'm
are?
in Kempsey. So
I
I
think that's
had
what you
I
mentioned.
had
Yeah.
just got back from Canberra, and Ben Stevenson, you're frozen up. Oh, there you are. Yeah, Ben Stevenson. He
Mm.
only friend requested me a couple of days before,
Yeah.
so I didn't really even know who he was. And then he tagged me in the Belgian open mic.
Yeah.
So I went up and done the same set that I'd done the,
Yeah, cool.
the day before and the day before that. And that was just so cool. I got there when I got up there. I actually
Nice.
I chickened out, which is what I usually do. So I thought, no, I'm going to sit there and watch it and see how they go, right?
No, really?
Oh yeah, when I first went to Deadly Funny
Yeah.
in Taree, I chickened out. I got there and chickened out. But my friend Steph Tisdale spotted me, said, "Come here," and she said, "No, no, you're going in," and I went in. And the same there. I got there and I said, "Oh no,
Yeah, yeah.
I'll sit and watch and see how they go." And then Lucas recognised me and spotted me. He says, "Are you going to have a go?" I said, "Oh, if you got time, I'll have a go." Yeah, we got time. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll have a go.
Yeah, always kind of intelligent. Yeah.
And they were great. They're really, really good.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I when I started the comedy night there, like the very first night, I was there for the first three of them. And Lucas was there, and a woman was like, "There's a comedian here from Melbourne, and you should talk to him." I was like, "Yeah, chill out, I will." And then Lucas was there, and I was like, and I just knew, I'm like, you're gonna continue. I'm like, you're switched on. You're from Melbourne. Um, because I think people who've moved to that region from other places, I think they just have a bit more drive and ambition. Like the locals are just happy to sit back and relax,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
I'm not from
they're
here
not,
either.
they're
I'm
not,
not
they're
from
not.
Kempsey. I live in Kempsey.
Yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, and same with Lucas. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I can count on you to like take this forward. But it's so weird because when I was in New South Wales last year, I went to Melbourne for like an exam or something, and I did a comedy night at Funny near the Brunny, and that was Lucas' first open mic.
Yeah.
So weird that we were there the same night. So when I did the comedy the first night in Bellingen, and then Lucas is like, I've seen you before. I'm like, what are the bloody odds of that? And now you're here. Yeah, it was a total meant to be. Yeah, I think Lucas is doing a really great job. I think he's got an amazing attitude, and
Yeah.
he has it in him to gather people. And I think he put the call out to Northern Rivers and Grafton. So yeah, I think he's really just taking it to another level. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God.
It's too bad the venue, like, yeah, people of the coffee, like, I guess that's shut down, which is sad, but I guess number five is fine. That was like the original place that I thought number five, but then I like the vibe of people of coffee, but that's all right.
Oh, it'll happen. It'll be back. We'll be back.
Yeah, yeah, I'd like to come back and see you guys. And then there's Mandy Nolan. Do you know of her?
No.
She's like the big comedian of like Mullumbimby, Byron. So
Oh,
she runs
okay.
comedy rooms there. So just in touch with her. She's great.
Oh,
Like people in Bellingen, Coffs Harbour, they love Mandy Nolan.
okay. I
She's
think I
got
might
amazing speech
know her.
presence. Yeah, yeah.
I might follow
She
her
runs
and
amazing
not
workshops.
even
Yeah.
recognize the name.
Oh yeah, when he asked me who I follow online, Mandy is one of those people. Just, she's just a good common sense person. She's funny, and I think she's very professional and very real at the same time. So
Awesome.
yeah,
That's what we need.
but I think there's so much. Yeah,
They need more comedy in these
we're gonna.
little northern rivers towns and stuff.
I absolutely agree. I feel like I want to do one more regional tour, maybe like go to other part of Australia, maybe WA, and like do more nights there. Like, you guys need something.
Yeah.
Need comedy. Need to like do that. Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, you got anything you want to promote? You ain't got nothing to promote.
I know, I'm sorry, I don't have any shows coming up or no books coming out. No, just stay safe and stay home.
Yes, stay safe, stay home. Thank you so much, Amna. It's great to see you. You look
Thank
great.
you.
You look very healthy. Um,
Yeah, it's the running.
it's all the running. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks for joining us. Now, do me a favor, hit that red subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. It'll cost you nothing, but I might get paid out of it. Thank you, Amna, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.